So let's talk about the South Node in the 6th house and the North Node in the 12th house. So what we have is, so the 6th house is the house of Virgo, and the 12th house is the house of Pisces. And so here we have, as I said in my previous video, we have Virgo, who is, the myth is a woman on a boat standing with the wheat and the medicine in one hand, in the other hand. And so here we have someone who, so we have this kind of practical application of life where there's a deep meaning in delivering a physical and practical method into the world. And so, and then when we move to the other axis where the North Node is in Pisces, we have, again, we have the spirit of Pisces is that of finding the ultimate truth of life and connecting back to source and to the pre-birth, to the state in which we feel ultimately connected. And so and Pisces is a very complex sign. Some will say that all the signs are wrapped up in Pisces. So and I guess it makes sense because the chart evolves in a time spectrum and then culminates in the 12th, which is the last house, which is also the place where we're born from as well. So it's very profound. And so I think what happens with people who have the South Node in the 6th house is that they're in a constant state of the sense of needing to purify themselves to become good enough, but yet there's a vague sense of being incomplete because, or sense of, like, there's a deep sense of efficiency and ability to maintain the environment and one's family and do the work to purify oneself, but yet somehow there's this sense of meaning that's deeply missing in the daily life. And so if we believe that this is about integration, so this person needs to find solitude and find meaning and start putting their energy into the spiritual practice and somehow put the duties aside and find a place of peace and find a place of the emerging truth. And so why am I spending so much time maintaining my life when I have this gnawing feeling that, I've kind of done this before. This is kind of easy and unfulfilling in some respects. And the idea of purifying, it's like, how much can you be purified? I mean, something always could be, something always needs to be purified. And so this loop, it's like it's like this endless hypochondriac loop that feels like I need to do some more work on myself before, right? So we need to do this before we can present ourselves to the spiritual plane. But this life is meant to relieve you of that and let you rest, find solitude, find connection with God without feeling like you have to work for it and feel like you have to earn it, and find healing for the health issues that are manifest within you, which are symptoms of being off course. And and the journey of finding the truth. So there's a truth before us now, which can deliver us from our duties and from our this endless purification and this kind of loop of perfectionism and needing to do more. There's a truth sitting before us, and it's not the truth that will always remain, but it's the one that we need to engage to find meaning, even at the slightest meaning in our duties. And then, so really what we're doing is eventually allowing the Spirit to direct us completely in what is important, and the Spirit, and to find those spiritual gifts that are innate, that one has buried, because the sixth house may not prioritize, the duties are overwhelming, and we maybe lose a sense of priority and what really matters. And so finding those little steps out of that loop to find to where God is whispering to us, oh, just do this one thing. And then when we start to allow our lives to be taken over by a sense of meaning and spiritual purpose, we'll find that not everything that we are trying to maintain really matters. And but we start by solitude, we start by quieting, and we might not know, we feel agitated by quieting ourselves. And it's like there's always something to do. Oh, I'm quiet. Okay, I got the prayer done. Okay, let's get back to work. But finding ultimate peace in the solitude, where all the work can disappear for a while until you hear the message, till you hear what you're supposed to do. That's the North Node in the 12th house, and hopefully you found some interesting tidbit in that.